Hey Spirit Gang, it's Golden. I am going to do love messages, but it's going to be based off your intuition. So I'm going to create 3 piles, and then I will let you guys pre-choose from the picture prior to this video. So I'm just going to go ahead and get started. Thank you, Archangel Michael and Holy Spirit, for guiding and protecting this reading. Start out with love messages, and I'm just going to pull some and put them in piles, and then we'll see what happens. Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. And then, you know what, we'll start with some location oracle for the second cards. Okay. 1, 1, and 1. And we'll do some insights. Okay. It looks like a second one wants to come out, so we'll pull 2 for these. And for fun, we'll add in some advice. Okay. All right. Just so you guys were involved with pulling the cards, so you don't think I pre-pulled them. We're not going to do that. Not today. All right, so whatever you decided to pre-choose in the photo that drew you into this message, pile 1, pile 2, pile 3. Go ahead and start with pile 1. Okay. So the sword and the rose. I don't know if you could see that. I'm going to turn this light on here. If that helps a little bit. The sword and the rose. So your person is having a revelation. And they feel very protective over you. It says honor and protection here. So this person may have woken up overnight and they're feeling that they've had an epiphany and they have more clarity than ever about this relationship between you two, and they're determined that they're going to come forward to see if they can make things work. They're absolutely heartbroken. They're heartbroken and they're missing you. They're feeling lost without you. And you guys may have previously dated before, and all they can think about is the way that they left things off. And so them waking up and realizing overnight that they may miss their opportunity if they don't come forward is really haunting them. It's pulling in feelings of deep hurt and sadness. And so this may be a part of the epiphany that they've had overnight, and that is bringing the clarity and truth of how they really feel about you. Okay, and they feel like time is ticking. Time is ticking, and they're afraid that if they don't come forward, that they may lose this opportunity with you. So they realize that cycles take time, but what I'm getting from this is that the clock is ticking, and if they don't come forward, they're afraid of losing you. And I feel like that is part of the clarity and truth that they're starting to realize, and has been a big eye-opener for them. Passion. They feel very passionate about you. They feel that you have insane chemistry. They may be dreaming about you at night, and they just have this burning desire to be with you, and that is part of the revelation, and they are determined to come forward. They want to be your protector, okay? So somebody may live by the ocean, or somebody may be spending time by the ocean, or this could be a part of a healing process, because water is very healing. But it looks like, to me, I'm hearing that somebody is spending time by the ocean, and that may be where they're gaining clarity and truth, just being in silence and doing a lot of thinking about you. Okay, so what I'm getting from this is that they are thinking about you. They're thinking about you sexually. They're having dreams about you. They're thinking about you at night. They're thinking about what it would be like to be with you. So they're thinking about you, and I'm feeling that they're thinking about you a lot at night when it's quiet, and that is where the passion and burning desire is coming from, because they can't stop thinking about you. So, divine timing. This is just reminding you to be patient. And this clock here, they're realizing that they need to come forward, but things do take time. So they're just waiting for the perfect timing to come forward at this point, because when they come to you, they want to be able to come correct, because they don't want to miss this opportunity with you, and they realize that it may be their only shot to come forward and their last opportunity to approach you. So they want to make sure that they're doing it, and they're doing it correctly, okay? Miracles. That is your advice card. Have faith that your miracle is on its way. So have faith that this union between you two will happen, and ultimately it'll be up to you to decide whether you want to go forward with it. But June is the month of miracles. These readings are timeless, so if it is not June, just take whatever resonates for you. But as of the current today that I'm recording this, it is June, and June is the month of miracles. So just make sure that you're surrendering and having faith that divine timing will work everything out, and don't try to force anything, okay? All right, that was a beautiful pile number 1. Okay, pile number 2. Addiction. So somebody is feeling codependent on their partner. So they may not have surrendered, and they still have more that they need to do within healing, which is causing emotional blocks between your connection. This is nothing to worry about, but these things do take time. And so their codependency is involved when someone is running and someone is chasing. So the energy isn't balanced out. So there's codependency involved, and that causes emotional blocks, okay? So they need to do a little bit more healing in the process of self before it would be right to approach this person or have them be approached, because ultimately you can always reverse the roles too. So if somebody's not ready and they attempt to approach you, you could turn into the runner if you're the chaser. So you want to make sure that those emotional blocks are fully healed, and that you're not being codependent on your partner. Once you start to release and surrender to the divine is when things start balancing themselves out, and all the emotions will come forward to purge through and leave you feeling lighter and more free and more self-reliant than codependent. Okay, so you're not checking, or they're not checking your social media every 5 minutes. You're not thinking about them, you know, consistently, where it's becoming an addiction and it's all you think about. You're still thinking about them, but when you do, it's calm and it's peaceful, and you're not worried about what they're doing all the time, because ultimately you know that they are within you and they're always with you. And once this energy gets balanced out is the quickest way to return back to each other. Okay, so there are things that your person needs to finish moving on from, cutting ties. And that is ultimately how you will receive what you need. That is that is what is needed in order to pull forward in progression. And then you'll start getting hints to significant synchronicities that something is arriving. But right now, there's codependency. So somebody is running and somebody is chasing, and there's still things that they need to cut ties on. They need to let that move on up and purge through their system all that emotional block that is still within them. Okay, so abundance. So abundance can come in many different ways. And by releasing these emotional blocks and releasing what you no longer need makes room for the new. And the new is going to be your abundance. This could come in money forms. This could come in just forms of being gratitude, because you're no longer in a situation that you were before and you've stepped onto a new timeline. So these are ultimately lessons that turned into blessings as well. So once all of the emotional blocks start to purge and move through, and if you see here it says moving on, so these move through you, you start making room for the blessings that are abundantly waiting to arrive for you and your person. Okay, so this may be some of the emotional block that's causing codependency. Somebody was heartbroken in the past. Somebody was dealing with a karmic. And so ultimately they're worried if they step forward that they're going to be heartbroken again. Or somebody is codependent. They're constantly want to know what their person is doing. But what they need to do is release that and be within trust, because your real person is going to be with you no matter what. And if you are constantly codependent on them and you need to know what they're doing 24/7, then that is causing them to run, or vice versa, because they can pick up on the feeling that they're not trusted. So this can go both ways. And so this is something that may need to be done for both parties, that is causing an emotional block. And that is some things that are good to work on and release in order to make new for the new blessings that are coming in this relationship here if you chose pile 2. So there's just a little bit more work that needs to be done, but this abundance card coming out is just a reminder that it is on its way to you. Just need to remove some emotional blocks, or if you are done healing, that you just need to be patient and trust your partner, trust in the divine, trust in divine timing, that this is all going to work out, okay? Yes, so the card here is Mountain. Change your perspective, and that will ultimately change the universe's way of bringing into your abundance, because they'll start to see that you're seeing things from a bigger picture, that you're able to move mountains, you're able to move all of your lessons and turn them into blessings, okay? And that ultimately is how to bring into your abundance. And your abundance is also, your divine partner, your soulmate. So just make sure that in order to purge all these emotions and get rid of these emotional blocks, that you're changing your perspective. I'm sorry, I cannot talk straight today. Perspective. And ultimately that will elevate and raise your vibration. Once you work through these things, you start to progress, and new things start arriving, because you're ultimately getting rid of things that no longer serve you, making room for new. Okay, so this communication card, what I'm hearing is a good way to remove emotional blocks is forgive your past. Forgive yourself. Don't be so hard on yourself. And make sure that you're looking at things from a different perspective, like I said, turning lessons into blessings. forgive your past. You can forgive karmic people in your life, and you can do that from afar. You don't need them to be around to do this. Make sure that you're forgiving yourself too. Don't be so hard on yourself, thinking that it was your fault for being in these situations, because ultimately these are all just stepping stones to healing process that you and your partner both agreed on to get to each other, okay, in a contract before you were reincarnated. So all of this is completely normal. This is all part of the process. And ultimately, this will bring in communication as well by communicating with yourself, forgiving your past, looking at things from a different perspective is also a way to purge and move through and release old ties that no longer serve you, and ultimately make room for the new, and that is communication with your partner. Love spell. Okay, so the love spell, what I'm getting from this is self-love is very important. Self-love is something that if you're not fully trusting yourself, and also a part of trusting your partner is a way that you can cause blockages or delays in your union or coming back together with your partner. But also the fact that, remember that you guys love each other. You guys are a part of each other. You either are twin flames and you're a part of each other, or you have a very, very a high-level soul contract with someone that you care about deeply. So ultimately, you care about this person. So it should be easy for you to look at things from a different perspective and know that they're doing this because they love you too. They know it internally. They may have not said it, but you guys can both feel it. And ultimately, you know. And so this is just a reminder of look at things from a different perspective. Make sure that you're fully trusting your partner. You're fully trusting yourself. And you both are trusting in the divine, okay? And the divine supports you. Ask for help. Ask your spirit guides for guidance. Get more rest. Make sure you're nurturing yourself. This could also be emotional blockages. If you're not getting enough sleep, you're not drinking enough water. When you sleep, you rejuvenate your body, and it helps energy move through you, and emotions are energy in motion. And so if you're not being kind to your body, you're not getting enough rest, you're not meditating, you're not working on self-improvement, because you're stuck in this emotional block of stressed out, or constantly thinking about your partner, that's ultimately, it's getting energies stuck, and those cause emotional blockages. So this is just a reminder that you are supported. You are supported by the divine. You can ask your guides for help. And ultimately, that is what I come on here and do as well. So if you're ever feeling that you need more guidance, I have tons of videos. If you feel guided to click on them, there's probably a message in it for you, okay? Just make sure you're nurturing yourself. But this is all really good. This is actually beautiful that it shows signs that you and your specific person are willing to work on self to get to each other, and that is a big step, and it means a lot. So you should feel that within your heart, and it should be able to help you gain more trust in yourself and in your partner, okay? All right, pile number 3. The dragonfly. Okay, so this is things coming to light. You may be seeing dragonflies, and dragonflies are really good for new beginnings, new things that are coming. So somebody is stepping out of the darkness into the light. They're feeling lighthearted, they're feeling free, they're adapting to the new timeline that they're stepping on. And they're finding out new things about themselves, and they're willing to make the changes and do the healing. So that is really good. And this could mean for you and your partner, but it just means that things are coming to light. And so things may be advancing and progressing in your connection. Healing heart. This is healing heartbreak. So this is coming to light. So somebody is coming out of a dark time. And this could be you or your partner, or one person is still behind a little bit and one person has fully done the healing. But this is a really good sign here. Coming to light means that they're healing from their heartbreak, and things are starting to feel lighter. They're releasing the weight of the burden that this has felt on their soul for a very long time. So this is really, really good energy. This is showing signs of healing in both parties. Engagement ring. Higher commitment. So this person is healing from a heartbreak, and they're envisioning you in their life. They're knowing that the reason that they went through all of these heartbreaks was because these are things coming to light. They're finding out that you are their person. This may come to them in dreams. They may be asking a higher power, and this is where they got their information from. But ultimately, this is the information that has come to light, and the main reason that they have been able to get through their healing, and they're seeing the light at the end of the tunnel, and the light at the end of the tunnel is you. Okay, they are wanting to come forward and create a partnership with you. They're completing their cycle. And if you see here, it's a circle, it's a ring. So they're completing a cycle, and that's why they're feeling lighthearted. And that's why the dragonfly is showing up, because new things are coming to light. They're ready to step forward and have this new experience, and they're ready to have it with you. Key on a ring. So this is telling me this is a key. They want to give you a key to their heart. They want to give you a key to their heart, and ultimately a promise. Or they may be asking you to move in with them. They may be thinking about a future of you moving in with them, and ultimately that will lead to this here. I don't always go by the words, by the way. I go whatever I hear in my head or whatever I see. So they're wanting to give you the key to their heart, and that's why they're making sure that they're fully coming full circle and doing the healing before they step forward. But things are coming to light. They're envisioning a life with you. They want to step forward and give you the key to their heart. They're finishing a healing cycle, and they want higher commitment with you, okay? Okay, so they want to go on a retreat with you. They want to do a getaway with you and spend some time with you. And this is how they may approach you. They may be asking you to go somewhere with them. And it looks like you may be spending time in a forest, or somebody may live near trees or a forest. But this is just an alone getaway. They want to spend time secluded, just you two. And they want to see where it takes you both. And ultimately, they're envisioning this future with you here. So this is really, really beautiful energy. Okay, so communication is coming in. Expect to hear from them soon. Like I said, they want to step forward. They want to step forward, and they want to make you an offer. And the offer is their heart, and a higher commitment. So this is just a reminder that something is coming, and expect to hear from them soon. Okay, so patience. So just know that something is coming. You can probably feel it. You can feel the excitement. You can feel the anticipation. You don't know what it is, but you just know that something is coming. And so this patience card is coming out to remind you not to force anything. Don't push it, because you don't want to cause any delays. And just trust in divine timing, because as you can see, this is really beautiful energy on the table. And as long as you're patient, it doesn't force them to go back into runner mode. Just keep doing what you're doing, because ultimately your healing process and your focusing on self is what's pulling your partner back in. And it says here all over the table that they will be back. Just give them, be patient and give them the time to come forward on their own, and don't force anything so it doesn't cause them, to go backwards, and you don't put any delays on this higher commitment that's coming for you. Okay, and an advice card. Awareness. Yeah, so this is just a reminder to live in the moment. Be conscious of your thoughts. Look for signs and guidance. So just know that you are divinely protected. This connection is divinely protected. And this is reminding you to live in the moment. Don't force anything. Don't try to find out what's going to happen in the future. Just focus on self and self-love, like I said before, and everything is coming towards you. This is really, really beautiful energy. So just live in the moment and live day to day, and know that it is coming for you. And this is really, really beautiful energy. Okay, so that's it for the Pick Your Pile. I hope it resonated with somebody and somebodies. So if it did, go ahead and let me know in the comments below. Like, share, subscribe. I do appreciate your support. And I will see you guys next time. Love you. Bye.